Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and wanderers of the human psyche, I invite you today to embark on a journey, one that traverses the mysterious landscapes of the soul. We gather here not merely to discuss the concept of addiction, but to delve deeper into the unconscious motives that drive our actions and shape our realities. I propose to you that what we often label as addiction is, in many instances, not an affliction of dependency, but rather an escape from a truth too burdensome to bear. In the vast realm of the psyche, there exists a duality that haunts us all, the conscious and the unconscious. The conscious mind, with its order and logic, is but the tip of the iceberg, while beneath the surface lies the expansive unconscious, a reservoir of forgotten memories, repressed desires, and unresolved conflicts. It is within this shadowy domain that we encounter the truths we are reluctant to face. Consider, if you will, the archetype of the shadow, a concept I have long grappled with in my work. The shadow represents the parts of ourselves we deny, the aspects we find unpalatable or too fearsome to acknowledge. It is these disavowed elements, these banished truths, that often seek expression through what we term addiction. The substances or behaviors to which we find ourselves tethered serve as distractions, diversions from the confrontation with our shadow, with the truths about ourselves we cannot bear to hold in the light of consciousness. Let us imagine for a moment a man who finds solace in the numbing embrace of alcohol. Society may hastily brand him an addict, a soul ensnared by dependency. Yet, to truly understand his plight, we must look beyond the bottle to the deeper truths he seeks to evade. Perhaps he harbors a profound sense of inadequacy, a conviction that he is fundamentally unworthy of love and acceptance. This belief, buried deep within his unconscious, manifests as a relentless quest for oblivion, a yearning to silence the inner critic that echoes with disdain. In this way, addiction becomes a symbolic act, a ritual through which the individual attempts to negotiate with the unconscious. It is an attempt to bridge the chasm between what is known and what is hidden, a desperate plea for equilibrium in a world where the scales are perpetually tipped. Yet, as with all attempts to escape the self, it is ultimately futile. The truths we run from possess an uncanny ability to pursue us, to manifest in ever more insidious forms until they are acknowledged and integrated. To confront these truths requires courage, a willingness to descend into the underworld of the psyche and face the monsters that lurk therein. This is no easy task, for the unconscious is a realm governed by its own logic, rich with symbolism and metaphor. Here we find the language of dreams, those nightly visitations that offer glimpses into the soul's subterranean realm. Dreams, in their enigmatic narratives, often reveal the truths we are unable or unwilling to see in waking life. They are the psyche's attempt to communicate with the conscious mind, to bring into awareness the conflicts and desires that strive for recognition. Take, for instance, the dream of a woman who finds herself perpetually running through a dense, dark forest. She is pursued by an unseen force, a presence she feels but cannot see. This dream, rich in symbolism, may speak to a truth she cannot face in her waking life, a fear of vulnerability, a terror of being truly seen for who she is. The forest, with its tangled branches and shadowy paths, represents the complexity of her inner world. For the layers of self she must navigate to find peace. In our waking lives, we often construct elaborate facades to protect ourselves from these truths. We build walls of distraction, of denial, and of rationalization, creating narratives that justify our avoidance. Yet the soul is relentless in its pursuit of wholeness, of integration. The truths we bury will not remain silent forever. They will emerge in one form or another, demanding to be heard, to be seen, and ultimately to be accepted. This process of integration, of individuation, is the soul's journey towards self-realization. It is a path fraught with challenges, requiring us to embrace our shadow, to reconcile the disparate parts of ourselves into a coherent whole. It is a journey that demands we relinquish the illusions of self we cling to, that we confront the truths we have long denied. As we tread this path, we must also recognize the role of the collective unconscious, the shared repository of human experience and wisdom. Within this collective psyche reside the archetypes, the primordial images and themes that shape our individual and collective narratives. The archetype of the hero, the mother, the wise old man, and countless others offer us templates for understanding our experiences, for navigating the complexities of our inner and outer worlds in the context of addiction. We might consider the archetype of the wounded healer a figure who embodies the paradox of suffering and healing. This archetype speaks to the transformative potential of our wounds, the possibility that through acknowledging and working through our pain, we might discover profound insights and growth. The journey of the wounded healer is one of redemption and renewal, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As we continue to explore the depths of the psyche, we must remain open to the mysteries it holds. For the truths we uncover are not static. They evolve as we do, shifting and transforming as we gain new insights and perspectives. This is the essence of the human experience, an ever-unfolding journey of discovery, a dance between the known and the unknown, the conscious and the unconscious. In conclusion, I urge you to consider that addiction is not merely a battle against dependency, but a profound opportunity for self-exploration and growth. It is an invitation to confront the truths we have long denied, to integrate the shadow, and to embark on the path of individuation. In doing so, we may find that the burdens we once believed too heavy to hold are, in fact, the keys to our liberation, the gateway to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world, let us walk this path with courage and curiosity, guided by the light of our inner wisdom, towards the wholeness that awaits us all. As we continue our exploration into the intricacies of the human psyche, let us delve deeper into the labyrinthine corridors of our inner world. The journey we are undertaking is not one of mere intellectual exercise. It is a pilgrimage into the heart of what it means to be human, a quest to understand the profound complexities that govern our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. In the realm of psychology, we often speak of the persona, that mask we wear to navigate the social world. This persona is a carefully constructed identity, a facade that allows us to present ourselves in a manner deemed acceptable by society. Yet, beneath this mask lies the true self, the authentic core of our being that yearns for expression. It is within the tension between the persona and the true self that many of our inner conflicts arise. Consider the individual who, by all outward appearances, leads a successful and fulfilling life. They may possess the trappings of success, wealth, status, recognition, yet feel an inexplicable sense of emptiness, a void that echoes within. This dissonance between the outer persona and the inner self can create a profound sense of alienation, a feeling of being adrift in a world that no longer feels genuine. In such cases, addiction may serve as a misguided attempt to bridge this gap, to momentarily dissolve the facade and touch the raw, unfiltered essence of the self, whether through substances, compulsive behaviors, or other forms of escapism. The individual seeks a fleeting reprieve from the constraints of the persona, a chance to experience a reality unmediated by societal expectations. Yet, this escape is illusory, for it bypasses the necessary work of self-discovery and integration. To find true liberation, we must embark on a journey of self-knowledge, a path that requires us to peel back the layers of the persona and confront the truths that lie beneath. This process is akin to the alchemical transformation, a symbolic journey of purification and enlightenment. In alchemy, the base metals are transmuted into gold, a process that mirrors the psychological transformation of the self from a state of fragmentation to one of wholeness. This alchemical journey is not undertaken in isolation. It requires the courage to engage with the archetypes that dwell within the collective unconscious, those timeless patterns that shape our individual and collective experiences. Among these archetypes, we encounter the trickster, a figure of paradox and contradiction, whose presence signals the need for transformation and change. The trickster challenges our assumptions, disrupts our routines, and compels us to question the narratives we have constructed about ourselves and the world. The trickster's role in the journey of self-discovery is to facilitate the breakdown of old structures, to clear the way for new insights and perspectives to emerge. It is through this process of deconstruction and reconstruction that we come to embrace the multifaceted nature of our being, to recognize that we are not bound by the limitations of our personas, but are capable of infinite growth and transformation. In engaging with the trickster, we are also reminded of the importance of play and creativity in the process of self-exploration. Play is a powerful tool for accessing the unconscious, for it allows us to experiment with new identities and possibilities in a safe and supportive environment. Through play, we can bypass the defenses of the ego and tap into the wellspring of creativity and insight that resides within us all. As we continue this exploration, it is essential to acknowledge the role of the therapeutic relationship in facilitating the journey towards self-discovery. The therapist, in their capacity as a guide and witness, provides a space where the individual can safely explore the depths of their psyche, confront the truth they have long denied, and work towards integration and healing. This relationship is not one of hierarchy or authority, but of mutual respect and collaboration, a partnership in the shared quest for understanding and growth. The therapeutic process often brings to light deeply entrenched patterns of thought and behavior that have shaped our lives. These patterns, or complexes, are clusters of emotions, memories, and beliefs that exert a powerful influence over our perceptions and actions. Complexes are born from unresolved conflicts and traumas, and they operate largely outside of our conscious awareness, guiding our responses in ways that may no longer serve us. To unravel these complexes, we must engage in the work of introspection, of bringing the unconscious to consciousness. This process is akin to peeling away the layers of an onion, each layer revealing new insights and truth. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to endure the discomfort that often accompanies the emergence of repressed material. In this exploration, we encounter the archetype of the hero, a figure who embodies the journey of overcoming obstacles and achieving self-realization. The hero's journey is a universal motif found in myths and stories across cultures, representing the soul's quest for wholeness and fulfillment. As we embark on our own hero's journey, we are called to confront the dragons of our psyche, those fears and insecurities that bar our path to self-knowledge. The hero's journey is not a solitary endeavor. It is one that requires the support and guidance of allies and mentors who offer wisdom and encouragement along the way. These figures, whether found in the outer world or within our inner landscape, provide the strength and perspective needed to navigate the challenges that arise. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration, let us reflect on the transformative potential of embracing the truths we have long sought to escape. In acknowledging and integrating these truths, we embark on a path of healing and growth, one that leads us toward a more authentic and fulfilling existence. This journey is not without its trials, but it is one that holds the promise of profound insight and liberation. In closing, I invite you to consider the truths that you may be running from, the aspects of yourself that remain hidden in the shadows. As you engage with these truths, may you find the courage to embrace them, to integrate them into the tapestry of your being, and to embark on a journey of self-discovery that leads to wholeness and fulfillment. let us walk this path together, guided by the light of our inner wisdom and the enduring spirit of the human soul. As we delve further into the depths of our exploration, let us consider the role of symbols in the navigation of our inner landscapes. Symbols, in their enigmatic and multifaceted nature, serve as the language of the unconscious. They bridge the gap between the conscious mind and the unfathomable depths beneath, offering glimpses into the truths we seek to understand. In dreams, in art, and in the myriad expressions of human creativity, symbols emerge as guides, pointing us toward the mysteries that lie within. In the realm of psychology, symbols hold a transformative power, for they convey meanings that transcend the limitations of language and logic. They are the vessels through which the unconscious communicates, revealing insights that cannot be articulated through words alone. Consider the symbol of the labyrinth, a structure both confining and liberating, representing the complex journey of the soul as it winds its way toward understanding. To enter the labyrinth is to embark on an odyssey of self-discovery, to confront the shadows that guard the center, and to emerge transformed by the encounter. The labyrinth, with its intricate pathways and hidden chambers, mirrors the structure of the psyche itself. It is a place where opposites meet, where the tensions between light and dark, conscious and unconscious, are reconciled. Within the labyrinth, we encounter the Minotaur, a creature of myth that embodies our deepest fears and primal instincts. To face the Minotaur is to confront the aspects of ourselves that we have long denied, to engage with the raw, untamed energies that dwell within. Yet, as we navigate the labyrinth, we are not without guidance. The archetype of the wise old man or woman appears as a mentor, offering wisdom and insight to aid us on our journey. This figure, a repository of ancestral knowledge, represents the collective experience of humanity, the distilled essence of all who have traversed the path before us. In the presence of the wise old man or woman, we find the courage to continue, bolstered by the assurance that we are not alone in our quest. As we move through the corridors of the labyrinth, we are called to embrace the paradoxes that define the human experience. Life and death, joy and sorrow, creation and destruction. These dualities are woven into the very fabric of our being. It is through the reconciliation of these opposites that we find balance, that we achieve the integration of the self. The journey of individuation, of becoming whole, is not a journey of perfection, but of acceptance. It is a recognition that we are a tapestry of contradictions, a mosaic of light and shadow, each piece essential to the integrity of the whole. In this process of integration, we are reminded of the vital role of creativity in the healing of the soul. Creativity is the expression of the unconscious intangible form, a means for which we can explore and communicate the truths that reside within, whether through painting, music, writing, or any other form of artistic endeavor. Creativity allows us to externalize our inner world, to bring to light the images and ideas that have long lain dormant. In the act of creation, we engage in a dialogue with the unconscious, forging a connection that transcends the boundaries of the self. The creative process is inherently transformative, for it requires us to engage with the unknown, to surrender to the flow of inspiration, and to trust in the unfolding of the work. In this surrender, we find liberation, a release from the constraints of the ego and the judgments of the outer world. We enter a state of flow, a timeless moment, where the boundaries between self and other, inner and outer, dissolve. It is in this space that true insight and healing occur, where we encounter the numinous presence of the divine within. As we continue our exploration, let us turn our attention to the concept of synchronicity, a term I coined to describe the meaningful coincidences that occur in our lives. Synchronicity is the manifestation of a causal connecting principle, a phenomenon that defies the linear causality of the rational mind. These events, though seemingly unrelated, resonate with a deeper significance, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. They serve as reminders that the universe is not a random, mechanistic system, but a living, dynamic organism imbued with purpose and meaning. In moments of synchronicity, we experience a sense of awe, a recognition of the subtle patterns that underlie our existence. These moments invite us to pause, to reflect on the unfolding of our lives, and to consider the possibility that there is a guiding intelligence at work, orchestrating the dance of the cosmos. Synchronicity calls us to trust in the unfolding of the journey, to have faith in the wisdom of the unconscious, and to remain open to the guidance it offers. As we draw near to the conclusion of our exploration, let us reflect on the journey we have undertaken together. We have traversed the landscapes of the unconscious, engaged with the archetypes that dwell within, and confronted the truths that have long eluded us. In this journey, we have discovered that the path to healing and wholeness is not a linear one, but a spiral, a continual process of growth and transformation. In embracing the truths we once fled from, we find liberation, a release from the chains of denial and avoidance. We come to recognize that these truths, though heavy, are not burdens to be borne, but gifts to be cherished. They are the keys that unlock the door to our innermost being, the stepping stones that lead us towards self-realization and fulfillment. As we part ways, I encourage you to carry forth the insights gained from our exploration, to continue the journey of self-discovery with courage and curiosity. May you embrace the truths that dwell within, integrate the shadow, and walk the path of individuation with grace and resilience. Remember, the journey is not one of destination, but of transformation, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. May the light of your inner wisdom guide you, illuminating the path ahead, and may you find peace and fulfillment in the embrace of your true self. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. For in the end, we are all travelers on the same journey, seekers of truth and wisdom, bound together by the shared experience of being human. As we gather once more to delve further into the profound intricacies of the human psyche, let us pause to consider the role of the collective unconscious in shaping our individual journeys. This vast, shared reservoir of archetypal images and motifs is the wellspring from which our personal myths and narratives arise. It is here that we find the universal themes that resonate across cultures and epochs, binding us together in the shared human experience. The collective unconscious is not a static archive of ancient patterns, but a living matrix that continues to evolve as humanity progresses. Within it reside the archetypes, those primordial images that serve as the scaffolding of our psychic structure. They are the timeless symbols that emerge in dreams, myths, and art, offering guidance and insight as we navigate the complexities of existence. The hero, the mother, the shadow, these figures are both familiar and elusive, shaping our perceptions and experiences in ways that often elude our conscious awareness. In engaging with these archetypes, we are called to recognize their influence on our lives and to integrate their energies into our conscious awareness. This process of integration is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a profound transformation that requires us to confront the core of our being. It is a journey into the depths of the soul, where we encounter the raw forces that drive our thoughts and actions. One such archetype that warrants our attention is that of the Anima and animus, the inner feminine and masculine aspects that reside within each individual. These archetypal figures represent the contrasexual elements of our psyche, the qualities that balance and complement our outward expressions of gender. The integration of the anima or animus is a crucial step in the process of individuation, for it allows us to embrace the fullness of our humanity, to transcend the limitations of societal gender roles and embrace a more holistic sense of self. The anima and animus often appear in dreams, taking on forms that reflect our deepest desires and fears. They may manifest as figures who captivate or challenge us, inviting us to explore the neglected aspects of our psyche. In recognizing and embracing these figures, we move toward a more integrated and balanced self, one that is capable of navigating the complexities of life with grace and wisdom. In the context of addiction, the anima or animus may represent the qualities or energies we seek to escape or deny. The individual who turns to substances or compulsive behaviors may be attempting to fill a void left by the repression of these inner figures. By engaging with and integrating the anima or animus, we can begin to heal the fractures within the psyche, to address the underlying imbalances that fuel our compulsions. As we explore the depths of the collective unconscious, we also encounter the archetype of the self, the organizing principle that seeks to harmonize and unify the various aspects of the psyche. The self is the ultimate goal of the individuation process, a the point at which the conscious and unconscious are integrated into a coherent whole. It is the center of our being, the source of our deepest wisdom and creativity. The journey toward the self is not a linear path, but a spiral, a continual process of growth and transformation. It requires us to engage in the work of self-reflection, to confront the truth we have long denied, and to embrace the totality of our being. In doing so, we move towards a more authentic and fulfilling existence, one that is aligned with our true nature and purpose. In the pursuit of this journey, we must remain vigilant for the pitfalls that may arise along the way. One such pitfall is that of inflation, a state in which the ego becomes overly identified with the archetypal energies and loses sight of its limitations. In moments of inflation, we may feel a sense of grandiosity or invincibility, a belief that we are above the constraints of ordinary existence. Yet, this is a dangerous illusion, for it disconnects us from the grounding realities of our human condition. To avoid the trap of inflation, we must cultivate humility, a recognition of our place within the larger tapestry of existence. We must remain open to the guidance of the unconscious, to the wisdom that emerges from the depths of our being. This requires us to engage in practices that foster introspection and mindfulness, to create space for the emergence of new insights and understandings. As we continue our exploration, let us also consider the role of community in the journey of self-discovery. The path of individuation is not one that we travel alone, but one that is enriched by the presence of others who share our quest for understanding. In community, we find support and encouragement, a space where we can share our experiences and insights and learn from the journeys of others. In the presence of community, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things, of the ways in which our individual journeys are woven into the larger story of humanity. We are called to recognize the impact of our actions on the world around us, to engage in the work of healing not only ourselves but the collective as well. As we draw near to the conclusion of this chapter in our exploration, I invite you to reflect on the insights and truths that have emerged along the way. May you carry these insights with you as you continue on your journey toward self-realization and fulfillment. Let us remain open to the mysteries that lie ahead, guided by the light of our inner wisdom and the enduring spirit of the human soul. May we embrace the journey with courage and curiosity, trusting in the unfolding of our path, and finding peace and fulfillment in the embrace of our true selves. For in the end, it is the journey itself that is the destination, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. As we continue our exploration, let us delve deeper into the profound relationship between the psyche and the external world, acknowledging how each reflects and influences the other. The psyche is not an isolated entity sealed off from the world it inhabits, Rather, it is a dynamic participant in the dance of life, continuously interacting with the environment and in turn being shaped by it. This intricate interplay is the essence of what I have termed the process of individuation, where the unfolding of the self is not merely an inward journey, but one that extends outward, connecting us to the vast tapestry of existence. In this context, let us consider the concept of projection, a mechanism by which the psyche externalizes its inner contents onto the world. Projection allows us to see aspects of ourselves that we may not recognize or accept within, manifesting them in others or in our surroundings. It is both a defense mechanism and a potential avenue for growth, as it affords us the opportunity to confront and integrate these disavowed elements of our psyche. Through awareness of projection, we begin to uncover the hidden truths that we have cast into the world, reclaiming them as integral parts of our own being. Imagine, if you will, an individual who perceives the world as a hostile and threatening place. They may find themselves surrounded by conflict and discord, convinced that the world conspires against them. Yet, in examining these perceptions, we may discover that the hostility they perceive is a reflection of their own inner turmoil, their unresolved conflicts projected onto the world. By recognizing this projection, they are afforded the opportunity to turn inward, to address the source of their discontent, and to transform their relationship with the world. This transformative process necessitates a willingness to engage with the world as a mirror of the soul, to view the external as a reflection of the internal. It requires us to cultivate a sense of mindfulness, to observe our reactions and emotions with curiosity and openness, and to question the narratives we construct about ourselves and the world. In doing so, we open ourselves to the possibility of growth and healing, to the realization that the world is not a fixed entity, but a living, breathing organism that responds to the energies we project upon it. As we navigate this intricate dance between the inner and outer worlds, we must also consider the role of the environment in shaping our psyche. The cultural, social, and familial contexts in which we are embedded exert a profound influence on our beliefs, values, and behaviors. They provide the framework within which our personal narratives are constructed, shaping our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. In moments of introspection, we may find it valuable to reflect on the influences that have shaped our lives, to consider the ways in which our environment has contributed to the formation of our identity. This reflection can serve as a catalyst for change, allowing us to question the assumptions we have inherited and to forge a path that is true to our authentic self. The journey of individuation is one that requires us to engage with the world in a conscious and intentional manner, to approach each experience as an opportunity for growth and learning. It calls us to embrace the uncertainties and challenges that life presents, to trust in the wisdom of the psyche, and to remain open to the guidance of the unconscious. In this process, we are aided by the presence of symbols, those enigmatic and potent images that connect us to the deeper currents of the psyche, symbols serve as bridges between the conscious and unconscious, offering insights and guidance as we navigate the complexities of our inner and outer worlds. They provide a language through which the unconscious can communicate, revealing truths that transcend the limitations of words and logic. Consider the symbol of the mandala, a circular design that represents wholeness and integration. The mandala is a reflection of the self, the organizing principle of the psyche, and serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. In moments of chaos and confusion, the mandala offers a vision of harmony and balance, a beacon of light that guides us toward the center of our being. As we engage with symbols, we are called to develop a sense of reverence for the mysteries they embody, to approach them with humility and openness. They invite us to enter into a dialogue with the unconscious, to listen to the whispers of the soul, and to trust in the wisdom that emerges from the depths of our being. In closing, let us reaffirm our commitment to the journey of self-discovery, to the pursuit of truth and wisdom that lies at the heart of the human experience. May we embrace the challenges and uncertainties that arise along the path, trusting in the unfolding of our journey and the guidance of the inner light. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. For in the end, it is the journey itself that is the destination, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. As we continue our profound exploration into the depths of the human psyche, let us now turn our attention to the role of the unconscious in shaping our destiny. The unconscious, vast and enigmatic, harbors the seeds of potential and the shadows of our fears. It is a dynamic force that influences our actions, decisions, and relationships. Often without our conscious awareness, to navigate the complexities of our inner world, we must develop a relationship with this hidden realm. One that is marked by curiosity, respect, and a willingness to engage with the unknown. In the pursuit of understanding the unconscious, we encounter the phenomenon of dreams, those nightly narratives that offer a window into the soul. Dreams are the psyche's way of processing and integrating the experiences of waking life, weaving together the threads of past, present, and future into a tapestry of meaning. They are rich with symbolism and metaphor, communicating truths that elude the constraints of rational thought. The interpretation of dreams is an art, one that requires sensitivity and openness to the language of the unconscious. Each dream is a unique expression of the dreamer's inner world, a reflection of their desires, fears, and unresolved conflicts. By engaging with our dreams, we gain insight into the dynamics of our psyche, uncovering hidden motivations and gaining clarity on the path ahead. Consider the dream of an individual who finds themselves standing at the edge of a vast ocean, the waves crashing against the shore with relentless force. This image, laden with symbolic meaning, may speak to the dreamer's relationship with the unconscious. The ocean, with its depth and mystery, represents the vast expanse of the unconscious mind, while the waves reflect the emotions and energies that surge from its depths. Standing at the edge, the dreamer is poised between the conscious and unconscious realms, faced with a choice to dive into the unknown or to retreat to the safety of the familiar. In interpreting such a dream, we must consider the emotions and associations it evokes, as well as the context of the dreamer's waking life. What fears or desires might the ocean symbolize? What aspects of the self are seeking expression through this imagery? By contemplating these questions, the dreamer is invited to engage in a dialogue with the unconscious, to explore the depths of their inner world and to integrate the insights gained into their conscious awareness. As we deepen our understanding of the unconscious, we are also called to confront the concept of the shadow, that repository of repressed and disowned aspects of the self. The shadow is an integral part of the psyche, containing both the dark impulses we fear and the untapped potential we have yet to embrace. To engage with the shadow is to embrace the totality of our being, acknowledging the parts of ourselves that we have cast into darkness. The process of integrating the shadow is not without its challenges, for it requires us to confront the uncomfortable truths we have long denied. Yet, in doing so, we unlock the potential for profound transformation and growth. By bringing the shadow into the light of consciousness, we gain a fuller understanding of ourselves and our motivations, freeing ourselves from the chains of fear and denial. This journey toward integration is facilitated by the presence of the archetypal figures that inhabit the collective unconscious. These figures, such as the hero, the mentor, and the trickster, provide guidance and support as we navigate the complexities of our inner world. They offer us templates for understanding our experiences and insights into the dynamics of our psyche. Consider the archetype of the hero, whose journey towards self-realization mirrors our own quest for wholeness. The hero's journey is one of trials and challenges, requiring courage and perseverance in the face of adversity. It is a journey that calls us to confront our fears, to overcome the obstacles that stand in our way, and to emerge transformed by the experience. In engaging with the hero archetype, we are reminded of our own capacity for growth and transformation. We are called to embrace the challenges that life presents, to trust in our inner strength and resilience, and to remain open to the guidance of the unconscious. In doing so, we move toward a more integrated and authentic existence, one that is aligned with our true nature and purpose. As we navigate the journey of individuation, we must also consider the role of the ego, that aspect of the psyche that mediates between the conscious and unconscious realms. The ego is the seat of our identity, the center of our conscious awareness, yet it is but one part of the larger psyche. To achieve wholeness, we must cultivate a healthy relationship with the ego, one that recognizes its limitations and remains open to the wisdom of the unconscious. The development of a healthy ego requires us to engage in the process of self-reflection, to examine the beliefs and assumptions that shape our identity. It calls us to question the narratives we have constructed about ourselves and the world, to challenge the limitations we have imposed upon our potential. In doing so, we create space for new insights and understandings to emerge, allowing us to move toward a more expansive and authentic sense of self. As we draw near to the conclusion of our exploration, let us reaffirm our commitment to the journey of self-discovery and individuation. May we embrace the challenges and uncertainties that arise along the path, trusting in the unfolding of our journey and the guidance of the inner light. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. For in the end, it is the journey itself that is the destination, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. As we gather our insights and prepare to continue this profound journey into the psychological and mystical dimensions of the self, let us now turn our focus to the transformative power of suffering and crisis as catalysts for growth. In the alchemical tradition, the process of transformation often begins with a period of chaos and dissolution, a stage known as the nigredo, or blackening. This stage, though fraught with uncertainty and distress, is an essential part of the journey toward wholeness, for it breaks down the old structures that no longer serve us, clearing the way for new possibilities to emerge. In the context of the psyche, suffering can be seen as a call to transformation, an invitation to engage with the deeper layers of our being. It is often in the crucible of crisis that we are compelled to examine our beliefs, to question the narratives we have constructed, and to confront the aspects of ourselves that we have long denied. This process, though painful, holds the potential for profound insight and growth, for it challenges us to move beyond our comfort zones and to embrace the unknown. Consider the archetype of the wounded healer, a figure who embodies the paradox of suffering and healing. This archetype teaches us that our wounds, rather than being sources of shame or weakness, can be transformed into sources of strength and wisdom. Through the process of engaging with our pain, we develop empathy and understanding, not only for ourselves, but for others who walk similar paths. The wounded healer reminds us that healing is not a linear process, but a spiral journey that deepens our connection to the self and the collective. In moments of crisis, we are often confronted with the shadow, that aspect of the psyche we have sought to avoid or suppress. The shadow holds the parts of ourselves we find unacceptable or frightening, yet it also contains the potential for growth and transformation. By engaging with the shadow, we are given the opportunity to integrate these disavowed parts, to bring them into the light of consciousness and to harness their energies for positive change. This process of integration requires courage and a willingness to embrace vulnerability, for it calls us to confront the uncomfortable truths we have long denied. It asks us to surrender to the process of transformation, to trust in the wisdom of the psyche and the guidance of the unconscious. In doing so, we move toward a more authentic and integrated sense of self, one that is capable of navigating the complexities of life with resilience and grace, As we explore the transformative potential of suffering, we must also consider the role of meaning in the process of healing. The search for meaning is a fundamental aspect of the human experience, a quest that shapes our understanding of ourselves and the world. In moments of crisis, we are often compelled to re-evaluate our sense of meaning, to question the values and beliefs that have guided our lives. The quest for meaning is not a solitary endeavor, but one that is enriched by the presence of others who share our journey. In community, we find support and encouragement, a space where we can share our experiences and insights and learn from the journeys of others. The presence of community reminds us that we are not alone in our quest, that we are part of a larger tapestry of existence, interconnected and interdependent. In the search for meaning, we may find solace and inspiration in the archetypes that reside within the collective unconscious. These figures, such as the sage, the visionary, and the creator, offer us templates for understanding our experiences and insights into the dynamics of our psyche. They remind us of the wisdom and potential that lie within, waiting to be discovered and brought into the light. As we navigate the complexities of the psyche, let us also consider the role of mindfulness and presence in the process of healing and transformation. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing conscious awareness to the present moment, of observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations with curiosity and openness. It invites us to engage with the world as it is, rather than as we wish it to be, fostering a sense of acceptance and compassion for ourselves and others. Through the practice of mindfulness, we create space for the emergence of new insights and understandings, allowing us to move beyond the limitations of our habitual patterns and to embrace the fullness of the present moment. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, a foundation upon which we can build a more authentic and fulfilling existence. As we draw near to the conclusion of this exploration, let us reaffirm our commitment to the journey of self-discovery and transformation. May we embrace the challenges and uncertainties that arise along the path, trusting in the unfolding of our journey and the guidance of the inner light. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. For in the end, it is the journey itself that is the destination, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. May we walk this path with courage and curiosity, guided by the light of our inner wisdom and the enduring spirit of the human soul. Let us honor the truths we uncover, the insights we gain, and the connections we forge as we continue to explore the depths of the psyche and the mysteries of existence. As we continue our exploration into the depths of the psyche, let us now turn to the concept of the transcendent function, a pivotal process in the journey toward individuation and self-realization. The transcendent function arises from the tension between opposites within the psyche, serving as a bridge that unites the conscious and unconscious realms. It is a dynamic process that fosters growth and transformation, leading us toward a more integrated and harmonious state of being. The transcendent function is not something that can be forced or contrived. Rather, it emerges organically when we engage with the conflicts and contradictions within ourselves. This process requires us to hold the tension of opposites, to resist the urge to bypass or suppress the discomfort that arises from internal conflict. By maintaining this tension, we create the conditions necessary for the emergence of a new transformative insight or solution that transcends the limitations of the original dichotomy. Consider the individual who finds themselves torn between the desire for freedom and the need for security. A common conflict that many of us face. These opposing forces may seem irreconcilable, creating a sense of paralysis or indecision. Yet, by engaging with this tension, by exploring the underlying fears and desires associated with each pole, the individual opens the door to the possibility of a transcendent resolution. This resolution may not be a compromise, but rather a creative synthesis that honors both needs in a new and unexpected way. The process of engaging with the transcendent function calls for a willingness to enter into the unknown, to embrace the uncertainty and ambiguity that accompany transformation. It requires us to cultivate a sense of openness and curiosity, to trust in the wisdom of the unconscious and the guidance it offers. In doing so, we move beyond the limitations of our conditioned thinking, opening ourselves to new possibilities and insights that enrich our understanding of ourselves and the world. As we navigate the complexities of the transcendent function, we are reminded of the importance of the creative imagination in facilitating this process. The imagination is a powerful tool for exploring the depths of the psyche, offering a means of engaging with the symbolic and metaphorical language of the unconscious. Through the creative imagination, we can envision new possibilities, experiment with different perspectives, and access the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. Engaging with the imagination requires us to move beyond the linear, rational modes of thought that dominate our waking lives, to enter into a more fluid and intuitive state of being. It invites us to play with ideas and images, to explore the rich tapestry of our inner world with a sense of wonder and possibility. In doing so, we tap into the wellspring of creativity and inspiration that resides within, discovering new paths toward integration and wholeness. The role of the imagination in the process of individuation is beautifully illustrated in the creative arts, where the artist serves as a conduit for the expression of the unconscious through painting, music, literature, and other forms of artistic expression. The artist gives voice to the archetypal themes and images that arise from the depths of the psyche. In doing so, they not only facilitate their own process of integration, but also offer others the opportunity to engage with these universal themes, fostering a deeper connection to the collective unconscious. As we reflect on the role of the transcendent function and the creative imagination in the journey of self-discovery, let us also consider the importance of cultivating an attitude of reverence and humility in our engagement with the psyche. The depths of the unconscious are vast and mysterious, containing both the light of insight and the shadows of fear and uncertainty. To navigate these waters, requires us to approach our inner world with a sense of respect and awe, recognizing the limits of our conscious understanding and remaining open to the guidance of the unconscious. In this process, we are aided by the presence of the self, the organizing principle that seeks to harmonize and unify the various aspects of the psyche. The self is the source of inner wisdom and guidance, providing a compass for our journey toward wholeness. By cultivating a relationship with the self, we align ourselves with the deeper currents of the psyche, gaining access to the insights and resources that support our growth and transformation. As we draw near to the conclusion of our exploration, let us reaffirm our commitment to the journey of individuation and self-realization. May we continue to engage with the tensions and contradictions within ourselves, trusting in the transformative potential of the transcendent function and the creative imagination. Let us celebrate the mystery of existence, the wonder of the human soul, and the boundless potential that lies within us all. For in the end, it is the journey itself that is the destination, a continual unfolding of the self in the dance of life. May we walk this path with courage and curiosity, guided by the light of our inner wisdom and the enduring spirit of the human soul. Let us honor the truths we uncover, the insights we gain, and the connections we forge as we continue to explore the depths of the psyche and the mysteries of existence.